YouTube morning, Beanham Homebrew here. Sunday mid-morning, about 9 o'clock, something like that. Just got back from work. I am brewing today, but I'm gonna be brewing something different to what I originally had in my head that I was gonna brew. I picked up a black IPA mash kit from a brew shop. Brought it home. It was there on the side. Was planning to do that today. It was the other reason for getting the brew trolley done. Taking the instructions out, and I've now realised I ain't got big enough kettles to do this because it's using 7 kilos of malt. Presume Maris Otter, because it all comes in the kit. The volume of water, its total liquor is 40 litres. Well, these urns, they only take, they're supposed to be 30, but they only take 28, and that's to the maximum line. You get much higher than that, like you might have seen in one of my previous videos, but it goes everywhere. So I've looked at that. It's thrown a bit of a spanner in the works, because I've sort of sat in there and sort of stewed it over, because the mash liquor's 20 litres before you start, and then another 20 litres to sparge. And I'm thinking, well, I've got nowhere to put 40 litres. It's supposed to only be a 23 litre kit. And I'm thinking, well, there is no way you're boiling off 17 litres, because it's only got a boil time of an hour. So I'm going to have to think about that one. If anyone's got any advice, whether you can sort of lessen the liquid or anything, or I don't know, maybe I've got to look into getting a bigger boil kettle. A little bit disheartened with the kettles. I'm going to twizzle you around or put you on my phone and have a look. I've done all the pipe work yesterday and done a wet run, if you like. Not a dry run, but a wet run. Sorted out the odd little leak here and there. But I'm a little bit concerned with the mash tun. If any of you use the kettles, you obviously know that the outlet run is higher than obviously the base of the kettle, if you like, or the tea urn, whatever you want to call it. So when I've got my false bottom in, and obviously my pipe that comes out, you've got that much up to there, so from basically from bottom line to there, where there's going to be liquor in there. Well, we obviously don't want to be wasting any liquor, so that would mean that when I've pumped that over and sparged it, am I going to leave any liquor behind? I'm going to, obviously, what I'm going to do, so I am going to do a brew today, and I am going to use that, but I'm going to do the Courageous Director. That was my first brew that I'd done on brew day number 1, and this is obviously brew day 6. Now, I had a sneaky try of one of them couple of nights ago. Tasted like dishwater. No, it didn't taste of anything really. There was no taste whatsoever. Now the other couple of brews that I have bottled, yeah, cool, they taste nice, and they're only going to get better with time. So I thought, right, I've obviously got the open hops from when I done it, and I done a malt extract version. So I thought, right, let's do the malt, basically, you know, Maris Otter and all those bits, and the open bag, and let's brew it using the dry ingredients, if you like. Give it a chance to give this a whirl as well. So I'll been stewing over it all night at work and that. Shall I use that mash tun? Shall I use the mash tun? Shall I go back to using the cooler box? And then I thought, well, if I'm going to obviously try and sparge it. We don't know whether that's going to work. I've tried running them pumps a little bit slower. I will try and video it. It does get really noisy when we're doing that, so I apologise for that. So I don't know. It's all learning curve for me. I mean, I've seen people use these pumps and quite successful. I'm obviously not using a voltage regulator or anything to slow the speed down. I mean, I could just take that terminal off and put it on the 6, whether it'll run like that. Some pumps do and run really slow. I don't know. When I tried it yesterday, I was getting a lot of chattering in the pumps and on the pipes, whether it will affect the pumps, because they're not chuffer pumps, they're just standard pumps. They were left over from a job I had, so I thought, well, I'll give them a whirl. So if they don't work, then we'll go back to the drawing board. But you know, I don't know till I try it. I really don't know. So yeah, so I've done all the pipe work yesterday, and then I was going to say, I'll scrap that and I'll go back to that. But I'm thinking, when I sparge it and pump it through, it basically, hopefully, get to the stage where there's only clear water coming through, where the sparge is cleaned, all the sugars and enzymes and whatever else out of the grains. Whether that's the right thing, again, I'm saying, I don't know, I apologise. I'm new to this, so yeah. I can obviously, I've used clear pipe, as I say. I'll twirl you around in a minute and you can see, from a company not far from the Brew shop. I mean, I do quite a lot of travelling. I cover the whole of the southeast, so I do travel about quite a lot. And I ordered this offline, and now I found that they're not, you know, they're not far from a customer I go to. So next time I might just pop in there. But I've got plenty. I ordered quite a bit, and it wasn't that much, to be honest. It's that silicone, rubbery stuff, food grade. It's for the beer and the milk industry. So yeah, I've got a little bit left over, and had a chance to make the drawer, like I said, where I wanted to keep all the pipes under there, because it's going to be a trial and error. I've got one of these spargy arms, and I've got, you can most probably see it up here, got one of these little gizmos now. I use these in the machine shop for putting the coolant around. A lot of people most probably, it's that lock link stuff. So I've got one of these as well. So this hasn't got a tap on it. Obviously, some of the, when you use in machine shops, they use the smaller gauge down, but on the bigger machines we use this as well. This has got nozzles on it. You can get these which got like multiple nozzles on as well to give a better spray panel. The good thing with these are you can do what you want with it. It'd never been used, so I thought, oh, I don't know, I could maybe use that in, because obviously you can get, I know it's not a pretty circle, but you can get more or less of a circle in there, twist it in tight. So I'll be trying with that sparge arm first. If that don't work, I'll try with this. Like I say, I hopefully can slow the pressure down, or the flow, so it sparges. I've obviously watched quite a lot of YouTube videos, because you guys out there are great community, great feedback, but trying to take as long as you can to do the sparge to get all the sugars out, I suppose. So yeah, the clear will allow me to monitor the colour coming out. So once it's obviously coming through clear, as in like clear water, I would presume, you know, you can someone can give me advice on it if I'm wrong here, but I would presume once it's all washed through and it's coming through clear, that's everything washed out of it. So yeah, won't be doing the black IPA, because like I said, it's 20 litres for the mash. Well, these tons only take 28 to the maximum, not 30 as it says when you buy them. And then you got a sparge for 20. Well, straight away, you ain't got to be a scientist to work out. I ain't got enough. And then I thought, well, I could split it into two separate ones, and I'm thinking now it's starting to get complicated and silly now. So I'll need to sort of read up on that to see whether I can, I don't know, lessen the mash liquor, and because like I say, they're using 7 1/4 kilos of malt, so that's a lot. That is a hell of a lot. So I ain't got the capacity for that. I could maybe halve it, I don't know, because it's all come pre-weighed and everything. So I thought, right, tried the Guinness, sorry, the Courageous, like I said. So we're going to do that. Sorry for the waffling again. Let's put that down. I'll give you a quick turn. I think I'm going to do it on my phone, because when you're doing it on that, it's a little bit big. So let's see if we can do it on here. I'll show you the pipe work. I've added a water pump as well. Hopefully I'll talk through that at the same time. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Right. Let me. I'll put you on here and go on there. Right. Here we go. As I say, here's all the pipe work. Sorry about the cloths everywhere. I've been cleaning and wiping, and so as I said in the previous, that's going to be the HLT. It doesn't look the prettiest, I must be honest. I'm just trialing it. I'm wondering whether I'm actually going to change that out and maybe use a keg or do something else. If I want to start doing the bigger brews, I'm definitely going to have to do something, because hello, there we are. Yeah, and that's obviously the boiler. And I've had a few problems, like I said before. They keep clicking in and out, so I don't know. So there's the pipe work. As I said, it goes down there to the pumps. On the pumps here, this one was leaking, so I was taking it back off and put it back on. Because they're plastic, not like the stainless, you can't really go mental with them, so I've just put extra PTFE tape on. These are all the hoses with these quick connect, and obviously this one here with the tap on, which someone's going to realise now, made a slight boo-boo. The tap does go all the way round, but it's quite close, but hey ho. And then there's the second pump. And then obviously it comes up to here. So the pipe that's fitted at the moment at the top there, that's my filler pipe. And basically, I've just knocked, and come around this way, round, come down here. Aha. Got a little gizmo there. Got my filters there again. This started leaking here. That's why I've got a tray at the bottom. Basically, I've got one of them metering units, so I know how much water I'm putting in. Done 3 or 4 tests with it yesterday. If you ask for a litre, it actually gives you a litre 0.2, whatever the 0.2 is. I haven't worked it out yet, but it's not exactly a litre. It says a litre, but it's not. But as long as you calibrate all that and you're within, I suppose, the parameters, you'll be alright. Sorry for the massive cables. This will all get tidied up, because what I've actually done, I just had a box left over, so I've just put the screen, that is the screen there, and these are the pumps, pump 1, pump 2. As I say, this is just temporary because I did want to put it all into an enclosure, so it's only in that. I mean, look, it's only held on with a clamp. I've just basically bent a piece of angle and it's just clamped on there. It's not even fixed, look, you can see. It was just to try it, basically. The box was kicking about. I thought, right, I'll just mount that in the front, wire it up. By the way, these are 24 volt. The pumps are only 12. So I had a couple of little 12 volt batteries. So basically, if you couple the 2 batteries together, so you've got your positive at that end, then your negative. If you link the negative to that positive, the amperage stays the same, but the voltage goes up. So it's still only 7 amps. But we've now got 24 volts. So this cable here, I mean, I haven't even put a switch in it. That goes on there, which I can do now actually. Let me put that round there. You won't probably hear it beep in the background. Put that on there. That then gives us the screen. So I'm still playing with it. So on the screen, you get that, and then obviously you've got a run stop. I don't know what that clean is. I haven't pressed it, ain't done anything yet. It didn't come with any instructions, which is handy. You got your menu. That allows you to change this top figure to what literage you want. I already had some water in the ton, so or in the HLT, which is here. So what I've done, I set it to do 17 litres. But I stopped it at 16.78 because we were getting quite, well, we are at the top of the maximum. So stopped that. So that's something to sort of play with. The unit might be a good idea to use when transferring the HLT fluid to the mash tun to get the exact. Well, that's actually monitored by this little unit here. So this is obviously just a plain and simple on-off switch. It allows the water to flow through and then up it goes. So you could, but this only works, I think they say 80 degrees is its upper limit, so that's okay I suppose for the HLT, because you're only doing roughly most people go in at 77 or 72, and then time they've added all the dry hot you're getting 67. So as I say, that pipe basically goes up there, all the way up onto there. Once that's full, basically just disconnect that one, and then I connect this one, which is connected to here, and then obviously this one, which is the input side, is connected to the bottom of the tap. So when the tap's on, it goes down, goes through the pipe, the pump, back up, and onto here. So that just constantly keep recirculating, and then the second pump will come out of the mash tun, through the pump, out the pump, up into the coil, obviously through the coil, back up, back out, and then it goes round into the top. You can notice I've put the bungs in, I haven't had time to machine them and put the probes in. So what I have done, I had it kicking around, I've just basically got, hopefully you can see that, one of these aquarium probes. It's just literally a probe with a screen on the end. I've just got that fired in there just to tell me what the temperature is. So I've basically got to get this fluid, which I just pump into this tun, mash in, dough in, mash in, whatever they say, then I'll start circulating of it. So I've got to make sure that I get the water in here to the 66, then start circulating. But what I will do, even though if I get this to 66, I'll check on that, I will pull that out of there and quickly fire it under there, just to make sure that the fluid coming back will be 66 as well. So when it's probed up there and there, I'll have a proper reading, because then I'll know what's going on in the HLT and I'll know what's going on in the mash tun. But for now, I'll just whip that probe out of there, chuck it in there, keep an eye on it. Hopefully it doesn't go all stupid on me. We'll see. But yeah, let me flick you back over to there. So yeah, that's basically what we're going to do today. So we're going to do the Courage's director, because I can compare it then to the one I've done. We're going to give this a whirl and see if it works. Hopefully if I use the phone, forgot that you could do videoing on the phone. It's not such a big screen, is it? We can hopefully video that and then maybe do it with the sparge. It's going to be quite noisy, guys, so hopefully you can hear me, because the room's quite small. I haven't got masses of space, so even with that on there, you might have noticed as well, I just made a quick tray up, because I'm sure I'm going to get fluid or liquor or whatever you want to call everywhere. So it's only aluminium again. It should be stainless really if I want to wash it out. So what I've done is, only by fluke, my little jug fits in there, so when I unhook it I can catch it in the jug and put it in. That's all been cleaned and sterilised and stuff, so it's not overly too critical, because it's all going to be boiled. So but yeah, let's what we'll do, I'll get it all weighed up. As I say, I'm a bit all at sea again in a minute, because I was going to do that and then realised that. So yeah, I'll get the stuff weighed out, make sure that's up to temperature, hopefully quickly give you a quick vid with the stuff in the mash tun. I think they call it undersparging, where you bring the water in from underneath. So that I'll just do the old fashioned way. I'll just use my little steel ruler to get sort of the rough amount in there, leave it for the, I think it says 90 minutes at 66, and then that's when the fun will begin, I suppose, hoping to keep that at the temperature, and also then sparging into there. That's all the critical thing, because you don't want to be sparging too fast. As I say, what I've watched on the internet and stuff, everyone likes to do it as slow as they can to, I suppose, maximise the sugars out of the grain. I haven't got iodine or anything to check, so it's sort of, I'm sailing in the wind, as they call it. So yeah, let's get on. Enough waffling again, apologies. Brew day number 6, change of plan, Courage's director. So be back soon, hopefully, with the old grain. Right, YouTube, me again. Mashed in. Sorry I didn't get that, the mashing in part of it. Couldn't hold the camera and do the mashing all at the same time. I haven't got it on recirculation at the moment because I don't know, I'm using the recipe out of the book, and it said only put 10 litres of water in there. Well, the grain was quite dry, so I've put 15 in there at the moment. Oh yeah, the door's just shut on us, sorry it's gone a bit dark. So, and I've got to get my temperatures right. Got the temperature in there, got it up at about 78, hoping that when I transferred it over into there, that it would pull it down. It did pull it down, but it pulled it down to 67. So I've just left it at 67. Hopefully you can see that. Just left it at 67. I've written the notes down, so I'm using this as sort of trial and error. So I'm going to record all that. 67, 90 minutes. I've just chucked the tea towels over it. I don't actually think I could have taken the tea towels off, to be honest. It might have brought the temperature down more. I mean, the tea towels aren't that hot, so this stuff, and I mean that, you can feel that. There's nothing. Obviously, it's hot around the tap, but so it's holding the temperature. It's been at 67.1 for well, nearly 40 minutes now. No, not 40 minutes. Sorry, half an hour. So let's say half an hour. So I haven't turned the recirculator on because, again, it's quite hard to regulate the temperature on this. Also, it's not like gas with electric. It's quite tricky. So got a bit of learning to do there, trying to regulate the temperature and stuff. So all I've done is I've refilled that, brought it up. I presume you sparge at 66. I don't know. Maybe you sparge at 67. It don't bloody say in the book, to be honest. So not 100% sure there. So again, could be completely doing it wrong. I suppose I can do it at that temperature if someone comments on it, and then next time I'll do it trying to achieve 66 and sparging at the correct temperature if 66 sparge isn't the right temperature. That's going to be the next fun thing, doing the actual sparge. What I will first do is take the pipe off, do a couple of jugfuls sort of till it runs clear, pouring it back in the top till obviously the grain bed's settled. Then I'll put the pipe on there and the I'll have the pipe going on there into there. I'll most probably just chuck the pipe in the top, to be honest, and then connect the sparge arm on and see whether we can't get a steady flow. A lot of people, like I said earlier, sorry if I keep repeating myself, they take about half an hour to 40 minutes to do a proper sparge. Again, I've got to try and guess because the book, let's go around to the book, hopefully you can see the book. Let's open that bloody door. There we go. I'm doing the Courageous Directors, but it says total liquor. I was first going to go for the right hand column, but obviously I can't because it said 25 litres, it's actually 23 litres, so I'm doing this one. But it says total liquor 32.4. And you can see the one underneath said 10.3. With the 10.3, I did give it a stir, check there were a few little dough balls, as people call it. I got rid of them. This was too dry, I thought, so I'm taking it up to 15 litres I've put in there. So it only leaves me 10 litres to sparge with, so I don't know, we're gonna get 10, maybe 12 litres, so we'll see whether that works out or whether that's going to be a complete and utter disaster and a nightmare. I suppose the taste will be in the proof will be in the tasting of it. So that's the one I'm doing at the moment. As I say, I've done them all. I haven't actually put the sugar in. I didn't know whether that would cause a gooey, horrible mess. I'm not going to use white sugar. I'm going to use some spray malt because I've got a packet open. So I thought, well, I'll just use that up. Again, I'll just write it down and then go from there. Plus, obviously, I've put the crystal malt in and the black malt. It says there 66 for 90 minutes, but it don't actually give sparge temperature there. So I'd done that method the first time round, and I say to you, it don't taste all that fantastic. So I don't know whether this is going to be any better or whether I've completely messed it all up. But yeah, we'll give that a whirl, and then yeah, be back in 90 minutes and see what happens. Rightio, we've just been over the 90 minutes. As I say, I didn't put the pumps or anything on. Put some tea towels on there. It was up at 67 and it's just gone under the 66. I say we're maybe 20 minutes over the time. Got bleeding called out to go and do a job and come back again, so yeah, I had to leave it to its own devices there. So I'm now going to get the top off and get the sparge. I did look in the book, it actually said sparge about 80, so I'll check in the old ton there, make sure we're at 80. So let's get the old sparge arm connected up and see how we get on with this. Right, bloody sparge arm didn't work. Took that out, put that over there, bloody thing. So as you can see, I've done the first jug. I'm just letting that trickle into that bloody sodding thing. So I've done all the pumps and all that, and they were just coming out too fast, and then when I slowed them down, they didn't like it. That sparge arm didn't spin. I might use that one. As I say, I'm just letting that trickle in there, and then it's coming out quite clear now. That's about the speed, if not a little bit less. So I've got to try and get that into the boiler. And do you know what, to be bloody honest, I think I'll just put the boiler down there and let it feed in there, and then lift it up there. Sodding thing. Back to the drawing board. So yeah, I'll come back in a minute. Right, the fun and jollities add. I don't know, I've had to take the coil out. Took my eye off the ball, this was boiling. Took the pipes off the coil. Next minute, water's squirting out. Obviously the water, what was left in the coil, got hot. I've changed now to this sparge arm. I've just realised I thought I'd put enough water in there, but I haven't, so it's off at the minute. I'm just trickling through. And basically, I've just got it slowly, I hope you can see that guys, just got it slowly trickling in there. Hope you can see in there, filling up. Just got the lid on it. So yeah, at the minute things not going too well. Good big ideas I suppose, in theory not too good. With that sparge arm on there, the pump runs a lot better and it dribbles out. As I say, I switched it off at the minute, so I'm trying to warm the water up again. Once the water's warm and it's on again, I'll take the lid off and let you have a look in there. As you can see, I've whipped the shelf off and chucked it over there, because that was only held on with a couple of clamps across there, which I'm glad I've done that and I didn't fix it, also I wouldn't have been able to do this. It keeps stopping and starting again, so I presume there's grain getting through. That's why I've got that tea-strainer, colander, whatever you want to call it there, and then I'll sort of slow it up again. I was aiming for about an hour. I might take an hour, might take only 40 minutes, but I suppose the slower the better. I presume what should happen eventually is the liquor coming through there should be more or less clear. See, it stops again, and then a big lump of grain comes through, so that's something else to address. I think the full spot on that I'm using is maybe not the best thing. I do have a hot strainer type job that's like in the egg glue. To be honest, after all this aggro, I wish I'd used the egg glue, so I don't know. I might abandon the pump idea and go back to doing a basic gravity fed system. At least I suppose you haven't got any problems with a gravity fed one. Using the mash tun, I suppose sometimes simplicity is better, but yeah, you don't know till you trial and error, isn't it? Till you try to have a go. So this is my first time using it like this. As I said, we've had fun. Hopefully you can hear me over this. I'll come back when I've got the sparge arm running again. Right, we've nearly come to the end. Hopefully you can see that. That's the grains. The water's just fine. The last little bit coming through the grains there. Hopefully you can see that. It seems to be running pretty darn clear. We're not far off of where we want to be. Oops, there we go. As I say, hopefully you can see that. Looks like it ain't running too bad there. So hopefully I've caught all the sugars and stuff out of that. Next fun bit is getting that up there. So hopefully it don't end up all on the floor and the handles drop off. Yeah, I think I'm going to have a rethink about how we do this. Yeah, but yeah, come back when we started boiling. Right, I've just chucked that in there for a post-boil ABV or whatever they call it. Hopefully you can see that. I think that is 1.03. Don't drop it in the drink. On about there somewhere, so right, YouTube guys, it's me again. I think we're just starting to come to the boil now. It was simmering just a minute ago. That's only taken a bleeding hour to do that. So let's call that a boil, I suppose. We'll start the old timer. We've got an hour on the old clock. Right, hour and a half should I say. We started that. Got my little spray bottle at the ready. Got my first opposition. They said put that in first boil, so we can say that's a boil. So let's get that in there. Give it a quick old stir. Get ready with the old squirty bottle. You can see we're right at the top here. We're pushing the capacity of the urn here. Let's hope I don't have what happened last time where it was all over the side. So, all that old stuff off the stirring pedal. Get off your little... Here we go. Right. Let's hope that boils now. Got the extractor on. You can most probably hear it in the background. I've actually taken the middle out of it. So yeah, that's the first and only, no, first opposition. The last one, according to the book, it goes in post boil, so end of the boil. And then 10 minutes before the end, got to put some Irish moss in. So yeah, I won't stand here for the full 90 minutes while we watch that boil. I'll come back when we get near the end. Rightio, that's the end of the boil. It's been on for God knows how many hours. I don't know if you can see there. I don't think I've got down to the 23 litres by looking at the gauge on the back there on the maximum. I've done the flame out just now. Got the whirl chiller in there at the minute, just running off. I doubt very much it's going to get it down to pitchable temperature. The last few times I've put it into the fermenting bucket and then just pitch the yeast in the morning. I'll most probably do that again tomorrow. Just pitch the yeast in the morning, give it a quick zhuzh up. Cleaned the mash tun out. I've put it in there. I actually tried the chickens on it. They absolutely love it. So that's there for them tomorrow. Let them have a nosh through that tomorrow. But yeah, fun and games have been had. Let's see this a twiddle. No, what does that do? Nothing. But don't know. Let me see if I can twiddle it. Yeah. So I won't. I can't twiddle it. So I won't show pitching the yeast. Hopefully you can hear me. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Another mental day again today. Yeah. Another. Oh, let's go around this way. Another mental day today. As I said, I don't know what's What's going on there? Christ, it's been epic. I think I started at 9:30. I think it's now nearly 5:30. So I haven't worked that out. Math's not too good, but yeah, we'll see how this Courageous one turns out. Anyone, if they can give me a little bit of advice on the boiler, it just kept turning on and off. Well, not turning on and off, just, you know, there's a temperature thing in there. It just kept tripping off, coming on, tripping off, so it wasn't a constant rolling boil. So I don't know whether I need to address that. I might take the bottom off and see whether I can actually take the thermostat or something out of it, because it must be the thermostat that's allowing it to in and out, in and out. That's why it's taking so flipping long, because it's not a constant rolling boil, so it's obviously not getting rid of the amount of absorption. So I don't know what this is going to come out, whether there's going to be 28 litres in there or something, which, so it most probably end up really weak. I don't know. I haven't done a last ABV on it yet. I'll do that, and then I'll maybe do an update about it. But yeah, I've got to do some fiddling about it. It's got to be easier ways. Everyone seems to make it so easy on the on YouTube, but I suppose it's like anything, just practice and practice. So yeah, it's been eventful. I've obviously done other jobs in between. I was going to try and do bottling, but to be honest, I don't know. I stood here watching that boiler, and that's obviously killing a lot of the time, because it's not, as I said, just constantly rolling. So whether that, well, I don't know. I really don't know. As I say, I'm all new to this, so whether I've got to change it or whatever, I don't know. But hope everyone's had a good Sunday home brew or bottling or whatever they've been doing. Just got to try and spend hours now trying to upload all this stuff. But yeah, that's it for now. Bye for now.